All right. 7 o'clock. The show is officially starting now. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to the live between me and Danny, aka That One Camera Guy. So glad that you guys are joining us. For those of you who've been following That One Camera Guy, you guys know that we kind of did our live super late at night, super later for other people, but now we're doing it a little bit earlier. It's 7 o'clock. Sun is still out. It's kind of weird. It feels like 3 o'clock right now.
The sun's still out. It looks like it's almost gone.
Yeah. Well, oh, for you? Sun is still
We
out.
live in the same hemisphere, I think.
I don't know. I can't tell. I'm looking out the window. I was like, oh, I see a little bit of light.
You're like, there's no windows. This is just an asylum that I'm in right now with my white background.
Yeah, I don't even know where I am. My lighting's all whack. Wait, does the Sony camera have like a daylight saving times feature where like it'll just automatically update time?
You know what? I've seen that before. I don't know for those of you in the show that are watching on the live stream. I've seen that little option. I've seen it on 10 where it says daylight savings time option. Have you seen that, Jason? It's like daylight savings time.
I don't remember, man. I'm just like, I hope my camera updated by itself. But you know, usually Jared Polin, he's like, hey guys, update your make sure to turn your clock on your camera. I was like, oh, I haven't seen that video yet. But for those of you,
it's talking to
yeah.
Sorry, just talking about daylight savings. There was a situation where I was testing out several different cameras.
Mm-hmm.
I was shooting with my Canon. I was shooting with the Sony. And what was crazy was that the time was off. Like I think on the A6000 that I was shooting with, I forgot to change the time. You know how I was doing all that resetting business deal and resetting everything. And it was off by like 2 years or 3 years. And it was off by so many hours. And so from that point on, I tried to make sure my time for synced well, so that way I could filter all my photos together based on capture time. So when I'm shooting a sporting event and I want to test different cameras out, it was a pain to try and get it adjusted. And I don't think I got it 100%, but for me personally, I think with Jared Polin's reminder about changing and fixing your time, I think it's something you definitely need to do, especially on this hemisphere. Because I know not everybody does daylight savings time. I could be wrong.
Yeah, no, it's just us for some reason. I don't know why. But yeah, I was shooting a wedding last daylight savings, and mine was like an hour. We save an hour, right? So I was like an hour behind the first shooter. So it was a mess. I felt I felt so bad. I was just like, I'm so sorry for sending you these photos that are like an hour off. So everything is just like all out of order in Lightroom. I was like, oh. But yeah, so
if you don't mind jumping really quick, I think Claudio. Hey Claudio, thanks for the good evening, sir. He does mention there, toolkit option 4. There is a daylight saving time feature on the A7R2. So
good stuff.
Does it know when to change them? I feel like it's always on a different day. Am I wrong? I should know this living in California, but I have no idea.
I need to double check. I should double check. I'm already a few days late into changing it if it needs to be changed. All right. Good stuff. So, yes, again, I have here, and I'm supposed to plug That One Camera Guy in. So, if you guys don't know who Danny is That One Camera Guy. He does a lot of videos on Sony Alpha as well. He also shoots Canon, in case you guys want to learn.
I make videos. I didn't know that.
You make videos. You shoot
I used
photos.
To make videos.
You shoot a lot of sports photos. I think anyone who's interested in shooting sports, check Danny out. He's awesome. Anything else you want to say? You want to plug yourself in?
That's about it. I mean, I am going to try to get some videos up. Just been busy lately.
You're a teacher by day, YouTuber by night, right?
Something like that. It's more like I'm a teacher by day, photographer by evening, and then still trying to do YouTube.
Okay, all right.
It's just too much, man. It's like a lot of pressure right now. I've got a yearbook deadline in a few weeks, and I got to do this big. Wait, should I be talking about this? I think we should hold off towards the end.
Maybe we should hold off because we got the project update, so we can do that. Yeah. So. Cool, awesome stuff. And shout out to Rob Kramer, if you're in this chat right now, thank you so much for letting me know about the webcam settings. It's a little bit better. I still don't like how my video looks, but hopefully we have enough viewers watching. Share the video.
Yeah, it's climbing up. it's climbing up.
Video, give it a
Remind them to thumb it up.
Yeah, give it a thumbs up. We get more views. We get more people watching. I'm gonna get a capture card, plug my Sony so we can get some crispy quality for the live show as well.
I use my Canon camera for these, so hopefully no one's affected by that.
Awesome. So everybody, I know you guys have questions. We're gonna save some of the questions at the very end, but we will be tackling some Q&A for the topics that we're gonna go over right now. So for sure, we're gonna get to your questions. Don't think we're ignoring you, because we're not. So let's see. Let's talk about new gear. What
All right.
piece of new gear did you get? And this is open up to everybody as well. Let me know what piece of new gear you got. We want to talk about it, you know.
As far as new gear for me, it was really funny. I was doing all those unboxing videos for like forever in January. I was buying so much stuff, but I've kind of slowed down a bit. And as far as the only major purchase was my new laptop that I mentioned last time, and that's the Dell Alienware 13 Model 3, I guess, R3 series.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been trying to use it as a desktop replacement. And so far, I use it both at work and here at home. And I'm loving it. It has enough horsepower, has really good graphics card, quad core, 32 gigs of RAM. I have two M.2 SATA drives in here for 2 terabytes, and it's blazing. So, so far so good. Battery life is the biggest problem that I have with my Dell Alienware.
Well, I mean, like it's powering so much stuff, so I bet it eats a lot of battery.
Yeah, and I saw your post with the Premiere Pro export that you were trying to do.
Oh gosh.
I just want to fill people in on that.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know. Do you edit 4K, Danny?
Yeah, I do. I edit 4K.
How do you?
Might as well.
What is your workflow on that? Do you proxy in Premiere, or do you just jump straight in and just try to like comb through that beast?
So this is actually pretty good. It's the way I work. It depends, right? So if I use my 5D Mark IV to record video, or even the Canon 1DC, I transcode it to like this GoPro Cineform format, and then I'm able to work off of it pretty easily in Premiere. But it's still heavy resource intensive. But if it's coming off of the Sony camera, I can just typically put it right onto the timeline. I might have to put like 1/4 or 1/2 or 1/4, and I can work off the files. And then I wait to put the adjustment layer towards the end, and just for me to be able to work on it. But overall, that's how I do it. I don't I'm not really in a situation where I have to do a proxy. So I tried it, but yeah, I have enough horsepower, thankfully, to be able to manage to it.
See, you're lucky, because I do have to proxy, especially for my Mac, this MacBook 2015 right here. I do have to proxy in order to make my life easier, because it's just horrible. Once you start building up your timeline, it just like lags. Like even if you're in 1/8 resolution, your computer just tanks on you. And the reason why I brought this up is because I actually got a few content creators reached out to me, and they're like, how do you edit 4K footage? It's lagging on my computer. And I was like, yeah, you guys should make a video on that. But I think, yeah, proxy, if you guys are editing any 4K videos, definitely do proxies. That's my suggestion. If it's a long form edit like weddings, definitely try to proxy out everything. It's going to take up a lot of space, but it's going to make your editing life a lot easier.
Well, do you use Final Cut, or just you're all into Adobe Creative Cloud?
I'm using Adobe, Premiere Pro. So I'm very curious about Final Cut, because I know a lot of content creators switched out to Final Cut, and they're just saying it's so much better. It's optimized to do 4K, but I still hear that people are struggling to edit 4K on that. So I want to look into it. But I've been telling myself that for like a long time now. I still haven't done it yet, because it's just easier for me to use Premiere. I just know it in and out, and I can get things done really quickly. But I do want to try out Final Cut.
But what makes you want to stick with if you're using Premiere or the Creative Cloud, what makes you want to stick with the Mac system, the Mac OS ecosystem? Because of your, what is it?
you know what, it just does better. Like I just have a better experience using a Mac. Well, mobile wise, I have a better experience using Mac as a laptop versus Windows. Like, I think I had an HP so long ago, and it just like it craps out on me. And it wasn't just that Windows laptop too. I have like multiple Windows laptop crap out on me after like 3 to 6 months. And when I finally got a MacBook, the 2011 MacBook, it would work almost for like 3 to 4 years. I never really had an issue until I started editing 4K, of course. But for the most part, being 1080 straight out of the T3i or 1080 straight out of something like the Sony, the 2011 can still do it. But the biggest issue that I had with the 2011 MacBook was it doesn't have USB 3 and it only has one Thunderbolt port. So that's why I had to switch.
I think definitely on the Windows side, they've made a lot of the gains and improvements. They do definitely have a lot of some issues with quality control, but they're getting there. I mean, there's some Windows laptops that I'd be interested in.
Yeah, what do you guys use? Do you guys use Windows? You guys Mac? Leave in the comments down below, or I guess in this case, the side.
Live chat.
The live
do you
chat.
want to jump in? I think someone posted some things about what they picked up recently.
Cool. Okay, yeah, let's go ahead and jump into the chat. Let's see here. 77 TikTok. Evening, Jason and Danny nabbed up the 90mm 2.8 macro used, and I'm just in the world of enjoyment from last time. Thanks again for the tip. You're welcome. 77 TikTok.
That is a lens I need to get. I never got the 100mm macro for Canon, but that's definitely one I'm interested in.
Yeah, 90mm, good stuff. I've only used it a handful of times, but it's definitely better than the 30mm I'm using right now. Let's see. Yeah. Claudio, Danny, your review about the settings of the A6000 was very useful for me.
You're welcome, Claudio. Glad that was helpful.
Carlo Timothy, Cop Sites 55 1.8 at Best Buy recently open box for 700 plus mint.
Woo,
nice. Yeah. If you guys are in the US, Best Buy has like some kick ass open box deals. I've seen some ridiculous pricing from them.
I think I got mine for around that price. That's good. That's awesome.
Yeah, I think I got mine gray market for that price too, so not too bad.
Yeah. That's hard. That's not a bad price at all, especially if it's warranty. If it retains the warranty.
Oh yeah. Nick Lawrence, hey.
Hey Nick. Thanks for joining the stream.
Yeah, thank you. Ben Film Productions. I just bought an 80D as opposed to A6500 because my MacBook Pro cannot handle 4K. I'm so sorry. But hey, you know what? The 80D, I mean, I played with the recent Canon cameras. Since their bitrate has improved from the T3i, it's, you know, what you're shooting at 1080 looks amazing still. So no worries.
You know, I think what's great about the 80D is just the usability. It's really easy to use. Touchscreen, dual pixel autofocus, everything about it just rings and works. Yeah, you don't get the 4K, but man, it is just, you know, I had it for some time, and it's a great camera. It really is. It just sucks that Magic Lantern never got to the 80D. I would prefer jumping to the 70D to get a little more features, but that's just
still, I mean, 80D, I can see it being a really good camera. All right, LJCH4E, 700 plus mint. Good. Is it a good idea to buy used lenses? So we won't go over that too much, but Danny, you have a video on that, right?
Buying
used lenses.
I think that, yeah. You know what? Really quick, just to say it, it's really tough on. I'm cautious. I'm okay with buying, like for example, Canon used lenses and gear. Sony, I'm just a little more cautious.
Oh.
That's just me though. Like I wouldn't drop money, for example. I wouldn't buy a used 24-70 G Master for something. I'd feel kind of a little nerve. I'd rather just buy it new because honestly the prices are still pretty competitive.
Yeah.
But that could be another topic later on.
Cool. If you're interested, Danny, I think you do have a video on that. So go check him out. That one camera guy. He has a video on buying used stuff. Moving on. D-Blaze77 bought the Sony FE 50mm 1.4. Awesome stuff, man. How'd you liking it? Steve, I bought another 85 G Master from Amazon Spain. It had bubble under the glass, so I returned it. Decided to order it again from Amazon UK. Shipped from Spain Depot, and I got the exact same. Oh man, that is bad luck right there. Ah,
It had a bubble under the glass.
yeah, and he
The
got the
heck?
same lens back again. I'm so sorry, Steve. Ouch.
Is that a problem?
Is it because you
Is
bought it?
that
You bought a used one, or is it a new one? That's weird. Tech math fan. I picked up a Tech Chart Pro autofocus adapter and several adapters. I can use several old Leica M, Leica R, and a dozen Konica Hexanon lenses now with AF and stabilization on the A7R2.
Oh
Cool.
snap! I heard about that. That was that one that gives manual focus lenses the ability to autofocus. Is that the right thing? That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I saw a news on that. Like they can it can use Leica lenses in autofocus, right? Something like that.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. I shot edited 4K since 2014 using Final Cut X on 2013 iMac with no issues. Using Vegas Pro and Premiere custom built PC with no issues. Big timelines and all, no SSD. Wow. I think it's it tanks because for us it tanks on the 4K because of the codec. I think Linus Tech Tip has like a whole breakdown on this. Like if you have to transcode to the Cineform codec or some other codec, because natively whatever you get out of your camera, the H.264, Premiere is just not optimized to edit that. So that's where the issue lies. But if it's like a DNxD or a ProRes, our computer shouldn't have an issue editing 4K. So
Yeah, I saw that thing with Linus. It was that when you convert it to Cineform, it does make the file bigger, but it makes it easier for the computer. That's kind of what they're going for.
All right, cool.
I mean, if you want to jump back to show notes or not.
All right, we're going to jump back into the show notes for now, guys. If we didn't get to your questions, repeat them again, and we'll get to them as when we can. So we talked about your new gear. Let's talk about my new gear. So I recently picked up a standing desk, which I'm using right now. I'm currently standing, and my feet hurts like heck. This is a bad idea from the beginning. But I like the standing desk. I've been wanting to get a standing desk for a while, and this is gonna be on my videos a lot more because it makes shooting way easier. I don't need to adjust my tripod. I don't need to adjust anything. If I need to get the shot from a low angle, I could just push the table down. If I need to get it high, just push it up. So really enjoying this desk right now. I like it a lot. And
and you featured it. You featured it in your video, your unboxing video. I saw it. It looked
just like,
cool.
You know what?
You might as well just show us right now. We're live.
Oh wait, well, that was a fail right there.
Whoa. What kind of show are we watching right here, Jason?
Whoa. Whoa. All right, that's weird. Let me put it back up. There we go. This thing is awesome, man.
We see like Jason's got some Sony shorts or something like that.
I'm sure everybody saw that BBC thing, right? Where the little girl walked into her dad's
Oh yeah. I saw little bits of it. It was the dad's kind of rude to his little kid.
Yeah, it was just like, go away. And everyone's just like, how come he's not getting up to put his daughter away or something? And I'm like, he's probably not wearing anything underneath, so dress for the top.
Oh like
shoot!
Manny
Ortiz is in the chat. Manny, what's up, Manny? Congrats again on your whatever. We hate you. Go away. we don't want you come here. Yeah, you Sony ambassador. Get out of here. Nah, I'm just messing, Annie. Much love, man.
Yeah. Congrats, man.
Congrats. Okay, so the next thing that I got is I can't believe I put it. I don't have it ready, but I got the Atomos. Oh, just get it out. The Atomos. Oh. Check this out.
That's the new one.
The new one, the Atomos Ninja Flame. I brought this up a few times in the live shows that we're doing. That I saw this at C Plus, and I picked one up. This is an amazing monitor, way better than a Ninja 2. And I've been shooting a lot with it for the past couple of days, and I've been having a really good time with it. I was trying to find reasons to return it, but I've only found more reasons to keep it because the display is just so crisp. You know, I'm seeing what I'm able to shoot, you know, and I can now expose correctly for S-Log just because of the Atom HDR and the custom LUTs and everything. So it's super, super dandy and helpful. I think somebody asked earlier if I exposed 2 stops to the right? I forgot.
Yeah, there was that question there. Yep.
Yeah, I forgot who asked that question. I'm so sorry, but I do, and this actually makes things a lot easier. Actually, exposing to the right. Yeah. So I was watching a lot of videos today. I was doing a lot of research when I was trying to grade the next video that's coming out, and just to practice for the future, is that it's better to actually overexpose, or sorry, yes, to expose like 3 stops to the right, because if you have anything that's in like the dark, like exposing it, giving it more light will create a lot less noise. So it's better to do overexposing 3 stops. So that's something that I need to test out.
3 stops almost?
3 stops, yeah. So it's not necessarily 3 stops. This guy, I'm sure maybe some of you guys follow him. His name is Wolf Crow on YouTube, but he was talking about exposing the important stuff at 40 IRE, which is the number on your zebra chart. So anything important should be 40 and above. Everything else, the highlights and everything should be 70, and the shadow should be like 20 something. I don't know too much about it yet. I'm still learning myself, but I did a test footage earlier, just shooting like some of the dark Sony lenses, and I was at 16,000 ISO with the 6500, and I'm seeing no noise, versus the footage that I shot for the next video, which I was like at 800 ISO. You're gonna see a lot of noise in that video. I'm gonna apologize right now, but that's because I still have to get used to this monitor. But yeah, so this pretty much it's going to be a jumping off point. External monitors. Let's talk about external monitors. Do Sony shooters need them? Because we don't have a flip out screen, and the display on the Sony screen is just kind of soft in my opinion. But Danny, what do you think, man?
For me personally, the back of the screen on the Sony or the Alpha 6500 series just isn't doing the job. I typically just use the EVF to judge the images that I get out of it when I take photos, and I use it to review images. And even the Atomos Ninja 2 that I have that I use to record some of the B-roll that I shoot when I'm evaluating the camera, it's just not doing it. And just when I saw your video, your unboxing and just illustrating the Atomos Ninja Flame, man, it is just packed. It looks really clean. And actually, I have a question on that from you now. Is you're able to put LUTs right onto this S-Log2 profile. So you have the S-Log2, you drop a LUT on it, and you can see exactly how it would look if you brought it to your editor.
Yeah, basically, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. The thing is, I still need to get used to that, because like even with the LUTs, I'm using James Miller D LUTs, and it's always a little bit too much in my opinion, like the filter. So I would always have to like bring it down in post. So this one, there's no way to actually control the intensity of the LUTs, but you can kind of get an idea of what the image would look like. And speaking of LUTs, I don't know if you guys know this, but this one has an issue with the Sony Alpha cameras with the HDMI out. If you try to do HDMI out with the Sony cameras, even in S-Log, your blacks are going to be super crushed. So a lot of people are saying that you're going to get like super contrasty image from S-Log from the Sony cameras. And it only affects Sony camera through HDMI for whatever reason. But I got a fix for it. The Cinema 5D, they have a fix. And you can put that fixed LUT into the monitor to help you expose correctly, I guess. So
are you doing recording? Are you doing recordings off of that thing as well to the SSD, like ProRes? Are you doing that, or?
Yeah, just for practice sake, I have been just recording with the monitor and not into my SD card. So you guys will definitely be the first ones to see all my failures in the next video. So watch out for that. It's all shot with this.
Honestly, I wish Atomos would make the smaller Atomos Ninja 2. If they could make something with higher quality like that, like the
Dude,
small HD monitors,
dude,
I'd
yes.
be sold. I would buy it if they could make like a small HD version, which is that company that produces it, but in a small form factor, and they use like maybe I don't know SD cards to record off. But I don't know. There's large sized SD cards nowadays, so I'd be sold on it
Yeah.
honestly.
All my yes to
But
that. Yeah. If Atomos, if you come out with a 5-inch display, 4-inch display, Ninja 3, if you come out with a Ninja 3 with all these awesome features, I'd probably sell this one and get that one actually, because this is really cumbersome to bring around.
I,
Not gonna lie.
I mean, if I
Still,
was having to record B-roll just to show like the autofocusing of the camera, that'd be insane to have to carry around at a sporting event or something. And
have you seen my
uh,
older videos? I was using the Assassin to record the back of
yep.
my screen, and it was a pain. And everybody was just, well, some people were complaining. They're like, why do you have a giant monitor mounted on your small little camera? Why is your HDMI cord so long? I was like, that's not the point of the video, but thank you for addressing it.
Yeah. Have you
So
had any issues with the actual the plug, the HDMI plug? Do you use the
yes,
clamp or anything?
no, but back at the production job that I used to work for, we actually damaged the A7S HDMI port. So I don't know, to this day, I don't know if my coworker got it sent in to get it fixed. So we've been struggling with that for months, and it's terrible. So yeah, just be careful with the HDMI plug on your camera, guys, because that thing
Yeah,
breaks.
I think mine on the 6500 is getting a little finicky, so I'm a little worried. I think it might be the cable. I have a second cable, so we'll see. But
Yeah,
it's
definitely.
really sensitive, um and I brought this up before. I got hit by a baseball hit my output, my A6300 when it had
Ouch.
the HDMI. I got yelled at by the umpire that time because I was in the dugout and I was recording, and I was in there, it was connected, and it hit it right on the connection, and it dented the cable. It didn't look like it broke the port on the 6300, but my Atomos Ninja 2 started acting weird after that, but it still does the job. So
Oh, all right. We kind of
yeah,
sidetracked it a little bit, but yeah, pretty much I was just gonna bring up, do you use it, how and when, and you brought it up. I mean, like,
yeah.
but for other people out there, I mean, do you feel like they should get an external monitor, even if it's not an Atomos recorder?
Um, it's a tough sell. I think even just a decent monitor just to frame your shots, I think is useful because the problem with the Sony cameras, there's no flip out screen.
Exactly.
So when I was still recording in January, when I was still doing it, I have like an app, like another monitor that I use. I know you've got a few you're gonna bring up, but I have another monitor that I connect to that I can see what I'm shooting, and it's bigger, but it doesn't record to an SD or like record to an SSD, but it just shows me what I'm doing, which I think is beneficial. So
Yeah. So for sure, I mean, like, I totally agree on that. I mean, like, I'm gonna keep my Ninja 2. I'm not gonna sell it yet, but it'd be nice to be able to have one for my A7R or whatever, the A cam, and the B cam will also have a monitor for me to like kind of see what's going on. It's super helpful to have this monitor mounted off camera just to see my framing instead of having to walk back to the camera, make a record and then like go back and check about my frame. It's just tough to do that. I know a lot of people say use your phone, but I think we brought up this issue couple live chats ago that the phones is very limited. You can't really change
yeah,
picture profiles or something. So
if
yeah,
picture profile is a big deal to you, then it's not the best route to go. It's just good to frame the shot though. If you just really needed to frame
yeah,
something and check, then I think that's a good option.
yeah, for sure. I think if Ray Ortega, if you're in this chat, I remember you making a Instagram story about that, how you're using an old iPhone 4 or 5 just to have it mounted on top of your A6500 helps with the framing. So yeah, definitely, guys. I would recommend the monitor just for framing purposes. If you guys can get one, I mean, like, if you're gonna be in front of the camera like me and Danny a lot of times, it's nice to have an external monitor just to like frame your shot.
Yep, I agree.
Cool. Let's jump back into the live chat really quick. All right. What is up, Francisco? Yeah. Welcome, welcome. Carlo Timothy. Wolf Crow's S-Lock video has elephants, right? I don't know. I didn't.
I think so.
I don't. I don't remember. I only watched like one video, but that one video like explained a lot of stuff to me. I was just like so.
He's very in depth, man. That
Wow.
guy Wolf Pro.
I remember watching it for the first time when I was just getting into S-Log, and I was like, dude, this guy's so dry. Like the information was just so hard to take in. But then like now that I watch it over again, I really appreciate it because I'm actually, since I'm more invested in trying to shoot an S-Log, his video actually helps a lot. He does a really good job explaining everything. So I really do appreciate the content he's pumping out for the Sony S-Log stuff. All right, Braxton, I am making the switch to Sony this week, next week. I can't wait. Awesome. Ooh, welcome to the Sony Alpha universe.
What are they switching from?
Yeah, what are you switching from, Braxton? Let us know.
Yeah, Braxton, if you're still there, what are you switching from? Be curious to know.
Manny Ortiz, my Atomos Ninja 2 sucks. Oh! I feel bad now because, you know, I recommended that to you. I'm so sorry.
It's good just to get the ball rolling. Like, if you absolutely just need to record the stinking screen, or it just gets you by. It
does the job. So it's the cheapest solution if you need to record your camera screen, because I know a lot of people are trying to get into the whole showing off their settings on their cameras. I mean, the Ninja 2 is just gonna do what you need it to do, just to like get that whatever's happening in the back of your screen. So honestly, I would still use it. This right here is an overkill. You probably don't want to bring this out in a photo shoot, but
when you record with that, is it in 4K like the menu screen?
No, unfortunately not. But it does. It's deinterlaced. Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about? Like if you record,
sort of.
You're gonna see that flickering happening. Yeah. And then even if you did, I don't know about you, but I couldn't deinterlace my Ninja 2 footage. They will always have that weird thing.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yep.
You won't see it. You won't see on this thing, so it's super clean.
Okay, nice.
Yeah. All right. Let's see this. Let's see. Got some questions. Steve asked, "Did you enjoy Jason Lanier's workshop?"
Is that for me, Steve?
I think so.
The first one I had gone to that was free at Sammy's Camera was really good. They had you were able to work with like a few models out there. But the second one that I went to where I met Jason Long, that one, I knew what I was getting myself into. So it wasn't like I went with the intention of like, oh, this is going to be a great workshop. It was more like he was just advertising for the G Master series. So it was just kind of a sit down. It was a free workshop, it's not the paid ones. And he just kind of talked about his experience using the lenses. And that was about it. He just took questions. If you had questions, you'd get them answered. But other than that, it wasn't as good, in my opinion, than the first one when you actually got to work with the model. So
cool.
That's my opinion.
Carlo Timothy, I lust for the small HD 501, but for only a few $100s more, I can get one of those new Atomos. But I want the 5-inch action. I feel you, man. I was so close to pulling the trigger on a small HD, but I don't think it outputs 4K. I think it still only outputs 1080. Probably not the biggest deal, but I feel like if I'm gonna get a monitor for what I'm doing, I need that external recorder. So I ultimately went with the Atomos. Delgado Pixos. I can 5-inch plus Edelkrone monitor holder. Best combo. You know, speaking of which, that's what we have in the description as well, in the show notes. If you are looking to get an external monitor, we do have two options for you. The Icon VL35 and the FeelWorld F7. Now, both of these are kind of recommended by Caleb from DSLR Film Guide. He has a great video on that. For a budget monitor option, I think this is something that you guys should look into. But I don't have experience with those monitors, so I'm sorry if I can't answer your question. Southwestern Studio says it's a necessary option if you're a one-man band. Totally agree.
Yep.
Awesome. And then let's see. Alan Andrews, I have the Ninja Blade, same issue. If they made it thinner with all the functions of the Shogun Flame, oh yeah. But Ninja Blade displays the color much better and much more accurate than the Ninja 2. So I like the Blade.
Really?
I don't know. Did you get so when I first started making videos, I rented out the Blade. Never had an issue. When I rented the Ninja 2, I was like, what the heck is this? Why is there such a coolish tint over my footage or on the display? And I was just like, I don't like this. Jason, that one CG. that's a abbreviation for you. That one CG. Manny, and what other great Sony shooter is here? Francisco's here. Francisco Joel Hernandez. Awesome.
Yeah, check him out, man. He's doing some great stuff.
Yeah. 77 TikTok. I had the Beholder EC1 gimbal for a while, but sometimes wonder if I should add a motorized slider in my bag as well. I just can't seem to justify. Any thoughts?
Motorized slider.
Yeah. You know what? Just because I kind of want one myself, I would say, yeah, it would definitely help make that sliding and panning action at the same time going on. So I kind of want to add some of that in my video as well. So look into the Eldercron Slider 1 if it's not too short for you. They have a motorized slider for that too.
Nice.
So what? Okay, awesome. So I guess we can.
Want to jump back?
Let's jump back. Let's jump back really quick.
All right.
So we are gonna tackle news really quick before we jump back into the chat. Sony releases new firmware update for A6500, improves operability of the left side of the play memory camera keyboard during touch panel off, and improves overall stability of the camera. So I'm gonna be honest, I didn't update my 6500. Did you update your 6500, Danny?
I have not updated my Alpha 6500 because I'm still not sure what in the world it specifically does. If I don't know if you want to throw that question out to the viewers at this time and see if they've done it, but
yeah, has anyone actually updated their 6500 with this latest firmware update, and is it helpful at all? And I kind of wanted to bring this up because there has been updates that I've made on my cameras that I really don't feel like have any significant improvement. I remember when the 6300 had an update that's supposed to fix the overheating issue. My 6300 is still overheated, so I have no idea what firmwares are actually doing. But let us know if any of the firmware has actually improved your camera, and what improvement do we all want to see from these firmware updates? Danny, you have any wish list stuff you want to see in the next firmware update for either of your cameras?
Okay, here's the crazy thing. Okay, that when I made the tutorial video on how to set the unlimited 4K recording, like get past the 30-minute recording limit.
Yeah.
Somebody noticed that I was able to click on the screen during when it was in that hacked mode. I was actually able to touch the screen and activate the option using my finger. Somebody noticed it. It was really weird. And it made me think, like, for an example, that I think they really could make the screen touch based. Like, you could probably touch the areas in the when you're in the menu mode to be able to scroll through it. Maybe it's just buggy. They never allowed it, but I think it's doable.
Wait. So you're saying you did that hack and you're able to touch the menu now?
Okay, no. I just want to clarify.
Okay.
Let me clarify. It's really weird because when you're in the menu mode in the Sony camera, you can't really touch the back of the screen. You know what I mean? Like, nothing works.
Yeah.
Nothing works when you're in menu. However, when I went to the Sony Play Memories app to go to the unlocked option, I was able to click it. And someone noticed it in the video, and they said, "Hey, what the heck? You can actually touch the options with your finger." And so it made me really think that, honestly, they could probably implement something to allow you to interact with the menu in some primitive form or fashion, which would actually be really nice. So as far as a realistic firmware, I think they should find a way to make it work. That's just, I don't know. That's one thing I would like to see. So
yeah, definitely. So A6500, I really want. We really want the touchscreen to work a lot better. That's a firmware update that we would definitely like to see. Yeah, I guess that's pretty much it.
There's nothing you want out of the 6500. You're happy with it. Everything else?
To be honest, I'm really happy with it. I mean, aside from the actual physical hardware limitations. I mean, there's software wise, I think I'm okay with the 6500. I like the touchscreen. It works. It's definitely a lot faster than trying to change your focus point with a control dial. So, but if it could improve there, I'd be pretty dang happy. And I kind of want to see a better touchscreen system being implemented in the next iteration of the A7R or A7S. So
yeah, I definitely don't want to see this particular touch setup in the next A7 camera.
Mhm.
It really needs to be on par with Canon. If they can do it, I mean, they make phones. I mean, Sony does make phones. Get that same tech with their camera division.
Cool. All right.
I don't know if you want to jump to the chat real quick and see what's.
All right, let's jump to the chat really quick. Actually, let's see here. Alan Andrews just got my 6500 yesterday. Lenses haven't arrived yet. So bummed. Dang, I hate that. I hate that. My buddy Eric, before we shot the baddest video, his 25 mil came, but I borrowed all his cameras, so he wasn't able to play with his new lens. So he can probably relate to how you're feeling right now. I'm so sorry, Eric. Justin Smith, I've done it. I think he's talking about the update. Haven't seen much of a difference. Haven't seen much of a difference. All right, so I guess I'll just hold off.
There you go.
Carlo Timothy, regarding updates, I was taught not to update equipment until the end of wedding season, from legendary Rob Adams. That is a very, 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 very good tip. So new shiny updates for anything, camera, laptop, computer, whatever it is, don't update until you are done with a specific job, because I'm sure, Danny, you've experienced it before. You got curious with an update, you updated it, and then all of a sudden something went all out of whack. That happened to me in Premiere, and it was horrible. I updated the thing, and everything just tanked. I needed to get a video out in less than 24 hours, and it was horrible.
Oh, man. Yeah, updates can be a bad thing.
Delgado Pixels. I upgraded. The Play Memories app on the camera has a scroll feature with touch now.
Oh, see, I'm telling you, I think the Play Memories thing, they're able to make it work. I think with the Play Memories.
We're gonna maybe I'll update if I have the time and I remember. I'll update. Yeah. Francisco. I have not updated my 6500. I may want to because the issue I'm having. If I record maybe 20 videos, 3 of them will record with the next day's day. What? That's
whoa.
What?
What is going on with that?
That's why. What?
If I record 20 videos, at least 3 or last stream will record with the next day's day.
What? I don't know.
Man, that is something Sony needs to know if that's happening.
That's a very specific instance. What? Oh, I can't. I'm so sorry.
I've recorded a lot of short clips. I don't know if I've had it. Man, let me.
Yeah, I flub in my videos so much that I end up having like over 100 video files in one SD cards, and let's not talk about that. But I haven't seen any date change. That is
Francisco, man. I think it's just you.
Try updating or try resetting your camera. Try resetting your camera, but make sure you take a picture of all the custom stuff that you put in. That's a wise tip from Danny. And make sure you turn on your auto power temperature on, because Danny didn't remind me of that and messed me up on my wedding.
I'm so sorry.
I'm just kidding. I don't blame Danny. I don't blame Danny. That's my fault. All right. All right. LJ, never mind. I can't sleep. Good. Stay up. Watch us, because we're entertaining, right? Francisco, it's awesome. I need sun, though, to really show what it's capable of. I don't know what in relation to that is. I wish this... Okay, so Adrian. Welcome, Adrian. I wish the screen was better on the 6500. You can use touch screen with the Play Memories. Let's see here. And that's... Yeah, I'm sorry, Francisco. I think you're the only one that's experienced.
Yeah, I'm looking at this file. I have 19 clips. I recorded 19 clips one day with the 6500. the date never changed on mine.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Yeah, none of the date never changed unless it has to be exactly 20 because I only had 19. So maybe I was short one. Maybe I was short one. Was short one, but 19 clips. It did not
No,
change.
my Atomos, I didn't change the date. It never prompted me to change the date, but every single video file I'm shooting right now, it's dated 2024. This monitor is from the future, man.
Dude, don't make me buy it, man. I hate you.
Buy it. All right, everybody, right now, get this monitor. Use my Amazon affiliate link.
There you go. There you go. Wait
plug,
till he posts.
Plug it. Get it. Get this monitor. I'm just messing, guys. Get it. All right, let's tackle one more question before we move on to the next news.
Okay. All right.
All right, Steve, Jason, when you're using James Miller LUTs with S-Log2, do you drop them under the creative or the basic tab? I've always found them a bit heavy, so I drop them in the Omnio,
right?
And it helps the Miller LUTs. I don't really understand, but so he has, okay, so James Miller has two things that you need to put in. One is in the creative tab and one is in the technical tab. The technical ones are usually the ones that converts the S-Log, converts footage into S-Log-like footage or DV-log, something like that. But the looks, the actual filters you would apply in your video would be on the creative folder. So what I would do is I would have the footage out. I put an adjustment layer on top. Okay, this is still very fresh to me, so I'm not sure if I'm doing it right. But usually I would put all the color stuff and grading stuff on the first adjustment layer, and then whatever look that I want to go for will go on the second layer. So I can touch.
You should do a tutorial if you haven't done so.
Yeah, I'm considering it. I'm probably going to do like maybe a starter guide to this because there's a lot of information out there that's very scattered with these monitors that I'm thinking, since I'm learning it myself, I want to put together like a guide, like, hey, this is what you're going to need to get started with this monitor. So I will definitely get to that.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right. Are we jumping back?
Jumping back to the news. All right, here's our clickbait title. Tell me if you guys like it or not. Casey Neistat vlogs with A6500 now. That clickbait enough for you guys? I'm just messing. Yeah, so Casey Neistat, sorry to be very cliche to talk about him, but he is now a Sony shooter. I don't know if you guys know this, but he was vlogging with the 70D and 80D for a while, and I kind of got very upset that he started using the Sony because I'm just like, oh man, now the whole world's gonna use Sony now. Just messing. But yeah, if you guys watched his latest video, Nintendo Switch on a Plane, he has an affiliate code or affiliate link to the A6500, which I think before that he was using the A7S2. And I was talking to my buddy Eric about it. I was like, man, he's not going to like the A7S2 because the autofocus on that thing is just horrible. He should have picked up the A7R2.
Yeah, I honestly, when I first started seeing Casey jump to the Sony mirrorless cameras and it goes to the A7S2, I was like, this is going to go really bad. And it did. A lot of people noticed it. He was out of focus a lot, and I was like, why not with the Alpha 6500? That's what I was thinking, first part of my head.
Well, see, this is the misconception that a lot of people have, because what Sony, if to a person who doesn't really shoot with a Sony, their knowledge is just on an A7S2 because that's a talked about camera a lot. A7S2 this, A7S2 that, low light beast this, low light beast that. It is a low light beast of a camera, but not a lot of people are going to tell you that it's horrible in autofocusing. But a lot of people who are using the A7S2 are people who are in the filmmaking industry who are used to using manual lenses anyway. So they have a great camera. They never talk about the autofocus feature. But then, you have people like me and Danny here. We're talking about these cameras, and we can tell you that the A7R2, the AF works a lot better. 6500, 6300, 6000.
Yeah.
The autofocus just works way better than the A7S2. And so I'm kind of glad that Casey picked up the 6500 now, because his latest video, he's more in focus now, right?
Yeah, I just don't know what lens he was using. Maybe it was a 10-18. I'm not really sure.
Mm-hmm.
But it did work. It worked a lot better, which is what I was expecting.
Oh man, I forgot. I totally forgot to use the screen share option.
Have
I'm
you been
telling
like jumping back? Have you been jumping back to views and stuff like that?
you. No. Well, there's Casey
Or
right
has it
there.
or
Vlogging
has
with
it just been
500. I'm sorry, what?
have you been jumping back to my view and your view? I have no
No, that
idea.
that does it automatically. I don't have to do any sort of switcher or anything.
Oh wait, what?
Oh, it's a switch. Do I have to keep jumping back to you?
Yeah, I think you have to manually click me or it never switches.
What? I thought it's automatic. Oh man, I'm sorry, dude. You not? No, I see you. I see you. What are you talking about? I don't need to switch. You're on the thing right now.
Oh, what do you mean? Like I'm the main right now?
Hey, everybody, let us know if the chat or sorry the stream is cutting back and forth between me and Danny, because I'm pretty sure
It does that?
it's automatic. Yeah.
Oh, it's auto? Shoot, I didn't even know that.
Thank you, Adrian. Yeah, it's automatic.
Thank you.
Nice.
Dude, I did not know that at all. And I was like, dude, the last time we were doing our stream, I was like jumping back and forth and it probably was doing some crazy stuff.
No, it was automatic. I saw myself. So
Okay.
okay, awesome, cool.
Thank you guys on the chat. I appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. Speaking of, I guess we brought up Locke in the pre-show. Locke uses an A7S too.
Yeah, I think well he got the B&H Photo gave him that A7S too to be able to vlog and film.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking
But
of
I
people,
think he really
I'm just kidding.
I really think he needs to check out the 6500 if he can. But I mean, budget limited or whatever, he's using whatever he's got.
Yeah, I think he brought up in his video that he didn't have a camera leaving Digital Rev. He didn't have a camera. I'm like, what? You don't have a camera?
I don't believe that. I honestly don't believe that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you believe? I just can't. You can't say you left Digital Rev without a camera. Like either they weren't paying him any money, and now I know why they left. You know what I mean?
What's that?
Right? I mean, they left. Digital Rev left. Kai left, and then Locke left, and then who was it? I don't remember his name, but he goes by like Wazi Puffman or whatever. You know what I'm talking about? The other
Yeah,
guy.
I'm blanking out. I'm so sorry.
But you know what I'm talking about. The
I know
guy
what
that
you're
was
talking
recording.
about.
Yeah, he left too. But they were never very specific exactly. But I feel that they realized that they could make more money potentially outside of that out of Visual Rev. I don't know. I really don't know, and it's all speculation.
It's all speculations.
Yeah.
But Locke,
We'll never
if you're watching this, I don't think you are though, but get yourself an A6500.
Yeah, if you can, maybe B&H will send one or something.
B&H send me one.
Southwestern Studio says his name is Warren. Thanks, Southwestern.
Wait, what happened was Warren?
His name is Warren.
Oh,
The
Warren.
guy that we were talking about.
Warren, there we go. Awesome. Okay, let's jump back to the chat. Let's see here. A few days ago, by LJ CH4E. A few days ago, I bought time-lapse $9.99, bruh, but I haven't tried it yet. Maybe I need to buy a Mikey battery grip. Do you have the time-lapse app?
I don't. I really need to get that and try it out.
Me too.
I do not have it.
I should get one. We're gonna get one.
For those of you who LJCH4E, if you get that time-lapse app, is that based on your account so I don't have to buy it for every single Sony camera? Do you know that, Jason?
Oh, yeah. I don't. Yeah. Do you know that? I don't know. Viewers, throw it out there.
Yeah, viewers, let us know. Do I have to buy it every single time, or is it just one license?
That would be pretty bad. I know. You know what? For the GH4 for that vlog thing, you have to buy it per camera. You can't just buy it for one and activate it on all your camera.
Can't you still get the free one?
Oh no, you can't get the free one anymore. I got the free one, but there's a error with the histogram. Like the histogram won't actually show the information correctly. So yeah, that's weird. But yay, it was free.
Justin Smith, man, he says in the chat, 10 devices. He says
10 devices. Oh, good stuff. I'm future proof for 8 future Sony cameras.
Which is like in 2 years. 2 years, Jason and I will go through 10 cameras. So.
we will go through 10 cameras for sure. Maybe 9. Maybe 9 for me. I don't know.
Yeah.
Numbers and letters. What about the Sony QX1? What is the QX1?
Was that like a separate camera?
Was it?
Dude.
Numbers and
It
letters. I'm sorry,
was.
man. What
It
relation?
was. What the heck? It's It's an attachable smartphone digital. It has a email, I think, and it. Oh snap! It connects to your
Sony
smartphone digitally,
What?
but it allows you to put a lens on it.
What?
Wow.
What? I don't know. I'm gonna
But that's old. It came out a while back.
let's see here. This is what numbers and letters talking about if my thing doesn't fidget on me. But there we go. Wow. Ooh, that is cool. I'm interested in just playing with this. This is there was this Kickstarter where like some company created a similar adapter, but it uses Canon lenses, and I really wanted to get it, but they were out of business for some reason, and you couldn't find one anymore. I don't know if you heard about that one, but that's cool. Wow.
No.
I want to check this one out. I'm very curious about this. Awesome. Moving on. Claudio, no IG live for this episode. You know what? I should have done the IG live. My bad, guys. Because going into this, I was like, okay, I'm gonna put my headphones on, so it'll be hard to hear Danny. And then I just confirmed with Danny that even if I have it unplugged, there's no feedback, right, guys?
Well, they haven't said anything, so I think you're good, man.
Okay, so should I just go live now, or should I just?
Yeah, try it.
Should I go live now?
It's funny because when I tried the Instagram live last time, I had like 2 people.
Yeah, Instagram live has it has only how many ever get like the highest like 20 people watching. So
they were like, "What's going on? What's this live stream?
What is going on? Live streaming business?"
Let's see here. While Jason is away.
Yes, please keep him entertained.
Carlo Timothy says, Danny, a lot of debates on the Facebook wedding videographers group revolves around the color science of Canon being superior to Sony, especially with skin tone. Thoughts? Also, have you tried the EOS HD Pro Color? I have not tried the EOS HD Pro Color, but I will tell you, still using my Canon gear and Sony, that Canon color science tends to be much more pleasing than Sony out of the box. So Carlo, I don't know what camp are you on with that, but typically when I see Canon footage, it just looks like the skin tones are spot on typically, and they just look better with less need for grading. But that's just me personally, but that's just been my opinion overall with Canon in general. So.
All right, I'm back. Got Instagram live started. Yeah, cool. No one's on yet, but if they come on, I need to plug ourselves in really quick. Cool. Thank you, Danny, for saving the day.
Oh,
and thank
no
you, Claudio, for reminding me about Instagram Live. All right, moving on. Carlo, or actually Hector de Jesus. Night all. Good night, Hector. You're probably gone by now, but good night. What? Steve, what the heck, man? Steve, you're he's on Instagram Live too. Thank you, Steve.
Oh, really?
Thank you, Steve. Really appreciate it.
Steve's everywhere.
Carlo, A7S2, A7R2 with a small HD on a rig for his studio stuff. Oh, I didn't know that. That's good stuff. Ace Shaolin 95. What's up, Shaolin? Thank you so much for always supporting the channel, man. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, if I think I'm right, I've seen that person post before. So
yeah,
hi, Shaolin.
Shaolin's awesome, man. He's always giving me some of that DP review knowledge, DP review like knowledge. I was like, oh man, Hey, how's it going, guys? Instagram Live, talking to Instagram Live right now. We're doing a YouTube Live. I forgot to turn this on. I'm so sorry. But chat right here, chat on YouTube. Me and Danny are live right now. So ask questions, listen into our podcast-like thing. It's lit right now, dude. We have a lot of discussion going on.
Whoa.
Yeah, A7S2. So Shaolin 95. A7S2 really matter for video, for photo, when image is equal size. Then the A7R2 is as good, up to 51,200. Good tip. Alan Andrews, voice activated, switches to whoever speaks. Oh, thank you, everybody. And then you just tackle that one. LJCH4E. I will try S-Log2. It's a difficult grading in post. Definitely there is a huge learning curve for S-Log2, but yeah, it's taking, honestly, it's been taking me way too long to try to like master S-Log. I don't even think you can really master, because I know there's a few YouTubers out there who are still trying to get S-Log2 right. I think Dave Dugdale himself, he's trying to get the S-Log2 to match with his Canon 5D Mark IV. So it's something that you just kind of need to dive into, and if you like it, definitely give it a shot. S-Log2 though, what I will say is gives you a lot of dynamic range back. There's so much that you can work with. You can really save overexposed or underexposed footage. So I definitely recommend trying S-Log2 and seeing if that works your workflow. Sean Francisco.
I definitely need to get in that S-Log2 stuff.
Yeah. Summertime. You have more time summertime, right?
With overheating, great. I will definitely.
Sean Francisco, now I see two of you. What's up? You can't see Danny on the Instagram Live, though, so...
It's all good, man.
I'm sorry.
It's all good.
Jump onto YouTube, Instagram, peeps. Okay. Alan Andrews, he was using the Osmo until B&H gave him one. Oh, yeah. I'm assuming he's talking about Locke.
Okay.
All right. Cool. Up to 10. Oh, man, wow, we are super behind. I have a lot here.
There's a lot of comments going on, man.
There's a lot of comments here. What the heck? How long were we gone for? What's up, guys? Michael Pierce. What's up, guys? About time you two got together. I watch you both. Yeah, Michael, we've been doing this for three weeks now. 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
3 weeks. Good stuff. So back to the news.
Okay.
All right. So we have one last piece of news, and then we're going to jump into some open Q&A. So the last piece of news is something that I'm very interested in, and I think, Adrian, you are like the person that champions the crap out of this product, and I really want to get one myself. The Zhiyun, I was going to say Crane, Zhiyun Smooth Q. And for those of you who don't know, Zhiyun is a company that makes this really awesome stabilizing gimbal, which I have right here. This thing's a beast. A lot of people talk about this. All the wedding videographers like preach this gimbal. So one of the best ones that I've used out there. And normally I don't really care about smartphone gimbals because I don't trust them. But since Zhiyun is putting out one themselves, I am very interested in, because this thing works so well. I can imagine that their smartphone stabilizer is going to be awesome. So more details on that. Smartphone stabilizer is similar to the Osmo Mobile, if you guys are familiar with that one. This one is, it has all that active tracking, face tracking stuff like the Osmo. But what's different about it is that it can do portrait mode, which you can shoot Facebook Live and Instagram Live much better instead of doing it landscape. I know a lot of people prefer landscape, but people are now watching videos in portrait mode. So having a stabilizer just for that is awesome. I kind of want to pick one up myself in case I ever go to Japan again, CP Plus, or upcoming NAB 2017 if I want to do any sort of live. Be nice to have that little gimbal.
Yep.
Like show you guys and get some nice, stabilized, smooth footage. And the price for this is pretty amazing. It's $150. It's half the price of the Osmo Mobile. So I'm really curious about it. I really want to get one and give it a shot. The release date is March 15th, so it's only a few days from now. But enough about praising this product. Danny, what do you think about this?
Why not? Maybe you should message them on Facebook.
What?
See if they'll send you one.
Hey, you sent my friend Manny a free gimbal. Crane, what's up with that, huh?
It's worth just, messaging them and seeing if they will respond back to you.
Yeah.
I think it's cool. It's crazy how portrait mode video is becoming the thing now, and
yeah, I mean, Instagram.
I gotta get over that.
You guys are portrait mode right now.
I know I'm jumping off track real quick, but at school, sometimes I have to help students that work on like video projects. So, for example, there'll be a kid working on like a Spanish video project. They'll come to my classroom and say, "Hey, can you help us get the files off of my phone to the computer?" And then when they get their video footage, Jason, the camera, they recorded their entire project vertically like this for their video project.
Cringing so hard now.
I do cringe because they'll record their entire video project vertically.
Mm-hmm.
And then they say, "Hey, can you bring it into like Premiere or a video editor?" And everything's in vertical. And I'm just like, I don't blame them because that's just kind of how the trend is now. But it boggles my mind that they don't decide to hold the camera sideways. So it is going to be a thing. It's going to be a thing. I think we need to figure out how to take advantage of it. So that's what I'm thinking.
It's unfortunate. I mean, like I used to be like, man, why would you do this? Why would you record portrait mode? It is awful, but it's tough because I mean all these social medias are embracing it. Facebook's embracing it, Instagram embraces Snapchat. I think Snapchat is probably the biggest culprit to making portrait video like the thing to do now for these kids. So I blame it on Snapchat, but it's how the world is moving. Every platform is making portrait video mode a thing now. So it's not like I can turn the Instagram landscape and it'll become landscape the channel. So it's just hard like that, and I think people would actually hate it if you shoot landscape and force them to like turn their phone. So
yeah,
I don't know.
It's the trend. As far as this Zhiyun, I don't know the best way to say it, but 150 Zhiyun train.
I don't know. I'm Chinese, so I still don't know.
I think that's a great starting point. Like you said, it puts the camera right on a gimbal.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what it does, right?
Yeah.
Puts it on a gimbal.
Mm-hmm.
I think that'll be a good seller.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, guys in the chat, you guys want this? You guys interested in a smartphone gimbal? Because I think it's gonna be if you are a hobbyist who's looking to get smooth videos, I think getting a handheld stabilizer for your phone is a great choice. Instead of lugging this around, my headphones got caught into my gimbal, but this is pretty heavy. This is really long in real life, and it does take a long time to balance if you're not really used to balancing your camera on a gimbal. Versus the Osmo and this new Zhiyun crane, you don't have to balance. It should just work out of the box. I'm pretty sure there's a few adjustments that you have to make, but they make it really dummy-proof so that you can balance it and get it going right away. This thing, not so much. It does take some practice to do, but the quality you get with your Sony Alpha cameras on this thing is going to be amazing.
Dude, the possibilities with it, if you get an affordable gimbal for your phone, you're going to see vlogging explode even more than it is already, and you won't have to deal with shaky vlogging footage.
Yeah, $150 is well worth the price. All right.
Getting to that affordable range.
So let's jump into the last piece of news before we actually tackle the chat again. So we brought it up earlier. The Metabones 5th gen adapter. I don't know too much about it yet, but it's Speedbooster. It's a new iteration of the Metabones. It's gonna take your Canon EF and EFS mount and give it that wider view on your APS-C A6500, and you will have more stops of light on that. But actually, what is different? What is different?
I think there's like the ability. There's like a light that has an indicator on there as well. Rubber gasket. It's I don't know. On the website says there's a rubber gasket that protects the key mount connection from dust and
Mhm.
moisture. Status notification LED light, and dedicated switch controls for in-body image stabilization. So I'm assuming you can activate and deactivate. Those are some of the features.
Very cool. So
Um,
it also says it has fast contrast detect AF for all E-mount cameras and face detect autofocus support. So we're just gonna have to see if it's a huge improvement with this one over the last one. But I don't see anywhere that it supports IAF, right? Still.
no, I don't see it.
Anybody in the chat rocking the Metabones Speedbooster for your Sony? I know it's a super popular thing for the Panasonic GH4, but I actually haven't come across anybody who's using Metabones Speedbooster for the A6500. Dude, this thing looks very silver looking.
Yeah,
I
it's
should
great.
switch window. I
What's
suck
up?
at this. I suck at sharing my screen. There we go. Here it is. Cool. Awesome. Anything else you want to add, Danny?
You know what? I really need to. I'm very interested in getting a Metabone Speed Booster only because I still have Canon glass, and I really just want to see what the Alpha 6500 APS-C Sony E-mount looks like with full frame glass with the Speed Booster. If it becomes sort of like a mini A7S2 or A7R2, that'd be really awesome. So um, that's just my thoughts on it. And the fact now that the A6500 has in-body image stabilization makes it that much sweeter.
Cool. Awesome. All right. So we are done with the news today. Good. Wow, we made it to 8:15 or 8:12. Awesome stuff. Whew. I was so worried we are gonna like end the news at like in 5 minutes, but we blasted. We blasted. Yes. And we have a decent amount of people watching, 39 people watching. Thank you guys. We really appreciate it. So now comes the time for just Q&A. You know, we'll do Q&A for what do you say, 10 minutes, Danny? 10
Yeah,
minutes?
let's do that. Sounds good.
All right. So anybody who's watching on the Instagram live, we're doing a YouTube live on my YouTube channel, Jason Vong. Come to us with your questions about Sony Alpha cameras in the live chat. You can ask it here too as well if you guys prefer on Instagram, but we'll be doing it mainly on the YouTube channel. So let's get to it. All right. Steve says, "Oh man, now I got to buy a desk, Nintendo, external monitor, and a smartphone gimbal." Dude, we're good salespeople. I'm telling you, Danny.
Steve, you don't gotta buy all that stuff, Steve.
we should we should no, I don't have a job, but you should quit your job and let's work at like Sammy's or something. We should move to New York and work at B&H.
Sounds expensive here for anyone out there.
That'd be fun. That'd be fun. All right, Carlo. Let's see. Sam Sheffer made a few vlogs with a 70D and portrait orientation. Snapchat has made vertical normal. Embrace the change. What? I haven't seen anybody who actually vlogs portrait mode with a DSLR. Have you?
I have not seen that, but you know what? We can't discount the fact that it could happen. It could happen, but
I haven't seen it.
I don't know.
But I mean,
I just
I can believe that the content made, you know, like sometimes I don't know if you use Snapchat or you know these people who make these ads. I'm sure they actually, you know what? I'm being very silly. They don't have to turn the camera to shoot in portrait mode. They can just crop into that portrait frame, right?
but they lose so
So
much resolution.
yeah.
Um,
So you
but now
can
that I think about it, with like
yeah.
the 70D, the flip out screen, the fully articulating screen, you can hold it up and you'll see your frame.
Mm-hmm.
You could do it. So
Mm-hmm.
I think it's very doable. I don't know. I just don't want to discount it. It could happen. It
Yeah,
could be a thing.
could be a thing. Let's do it. My next video.
Don't do it.
You're just like, no,
Maybe
please.
just try it out. Maybe try it out for some shit.
All right. Let's see here. Michael Pierce. Sigma announced native EFE mount lenses coming. Do you think you will switch from Sony lens because of the cost, or use them both now? Danny, you want to go first?
All right, so Sigma announced the possibility for native FE mount lens. You know what, Michael? It's really tough for me because I still have my Canon cameras, and having the ability to use the MC11 adapter to use the MC11 adapter and use EF lenses, I can still jump between both brands, but the performance just isn't 100% there. But if Sigma says, hey, you know what, performance is like 99% of whatever the Sony E-mount does, then I think I'd consider it. I would definitely consider getting FE mounts. But I feel like I would get trapped in this. I don't know how to explain it, but Sony E-mount can't go anywhere else, Jason. Right? If you buy Sony E-mount, it's Sony. There's no way to adapt out of it. So for example, if you wanted to use your E-mount lenses on a GH5, let's say you had a GH5, you can't use them unless there's a mount that I don't know of.
You can't. You can't. I'm gonna say you can't yet because I really I think it's a possibility, because when I went to CP Plus, I saw a wall of adapters, any combination you can possibly think of. And I didn't see an E-mount to Micro Four Thirds, but I think since Sony is getting really popular, they might actually release maybe an E-mount one to Micro Four Thirds. We don't know yet. We don't know, but I'm not gonna say it's never gonna happen. I think it's gonna come. Let's see here. We got some people on the Instagram with some questions. What's up, Sony shooter? MacVo, jump on A7R2 now or wait till the next gen full frame? If you can wait, I say wait it out. But Danny, what say you?
What was the question?
Should MacVo jump on A7R2 now or wait for the next gen full frame?
It's kind of tough. I mean, if he already has a particular camera system, I'm guessing they already have a camera system. But assuming nothing else, if it's one of those kind of questions where I just got to give an answer, I would say, if you don't mind, wait till maybe the announcements come out and the prices drop on the current A7R2 and jump into the system, because it'll be much more affordable. I don't know if you do sports, but for portraits and events, I think the A7R2 is a killer.
For sure.
I don't know exactly what you're doing, but that's just my thought process.
Yeah, Mavco, let us know what you're doing, and maybe we'll have a better, clearer answer for you. Here. Steve says, Sony have me prison locked because I love my pro support, so it stops me from buying other brands. I feel like I haven't answered the question myself. If Sigma release a glass that I don't have, I will probably get it. But as of right now, since I already have every focal length I would need from the Sony, I don't feel like I would need to pick up anything from the Sigma. But there is one Sigma lens I do want to get, the 20mm 1.4. Pretty sweet, okay. Wide angle, with wide aperture lens. Moving on. In the old days, Math Fan 1, in the old days of VHS camcorders, I recorded my friend Bunch jumping in portrait mode. It made sense at the time as I didn't pan as he jumped. Oops. That's hilarious. Let's see here. Zoom Chris. What's up, Zoom Chris? Welcome. Thank you for joining into the chat. Sup, guys? I almost missed you. The A7R2 is here in a 5518 as well. I have another 1K to spend. Suggestions. 1K. What would you want to buy?
He only has the 50. Assuming he only has the 55 to 1.8, it's really tough. It's kind of like in the middle. He either needs to go wide or he needs to zoom.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. He's kind of like in this weird middle ground. It's tough.
It's tough. Zoom Chris. I mean, it's just because you said you have Zoom in your name, Recommend him a Zoom. Well, that's tough.
Hey, you might be able to get the 7200 F4 for about $1,000.
Yeah.
Maybe a little over, but tough one. I don't know. I don't recall what he shoots. I know he's answered probably that before. So
Zoom Chris, remind us because we have bad memory.
Yeah.
Let us know what you are shooting and we'll get that answered. Or die trying. Steve, Jason, I did some YouTube mobile live today. So nice having the power with only 500 subs. You see this? You see this, Steve? You see this? You see this? Nah, I'm just messing with you. I'm so close. I only need 4,000 more subs, and I'll be able to do YouTube live from my phone.
Only 4,000. Man, it's gonna come rolling for you. I think it will. Yeah,
Come on, guys.
I think those of you in the chat, I think Jason's gonna hit 10K for the YouTube live.
Everybody from Danny's channel, come to me, and then
he's gonna get it.
Give me, you know what? You can give me 1,000. Just spare me 1,000 of your subs, and I'll be like 1,000 closer to what I need.
You probably don't even watch me, but Chris said he does wedding and portrait fashion.
Chris, wedding and portrait fashion. Oh man, cool.
I think it's 70 to 200, but that's just me.
70 to 200.
Maybe sell the 55 and get a 35, and get the 70 to 200.
Wow. Yeah, it's tough.
Or 35 and an 85.
If you can find a way to get a 35 and an 85, I think you'd be pretty set with what you can do. Actually, as a matter of fact, since you have an A7R2, you can do Super 35 mode, and it would be an 85 with your 55, and you can actually pick up either a 35 or a APS-C 24 1.8, and it'll become a 35.
Wait, but you've got the upcoming 85 that price lower, right?
Yeah.
That 85 is priced lower, but he's kind of, for me, it'd be really tough. The 55 is great. Chris said, "LOL, man, never." The 55 is God. I want the 28 and the 85 1.8. How's that? I think the 85 1.8 Sony's good. What everyone's saying about it.
Mm-hmm.
The 28, I don't know. I have not used the 28.
28. Yeah, I mean, I would say you recommend 70 to 200, but I would say maybe either get something wider or why did you just get brighter all of a sudden? Oh, my diffuser came off from my light. My diffuser came. Yeah, either you pawn off the 55 and get something wider and something with a zoom, or get the 55 and maybe something wider would be my suggestion. But until maybe you shoot more and you've kind of figured out what you think you would need more, I think that would give you a better idea which next lens you would want to get. Moving on.
It's up to you. We're about 10 minutes in, or if you want to keep jumping to more questions.
Oh, shoot. How do we lose track of time? All right. Okay, so let's spend 5 more minutes. Is that cool with you, Danny?
Yeah, go for it, man.
Right,
I'm up for it.
Let's blaze through this like we did last week, okay? So,
all right.
Michael, I have a speed adapter for my A7R2. I use it with my Canon lenses. Cool. Awesome. In crop mode. Awesome.
That's where the better quality's at for video.
Jim Frey. I like to replace both the kit lens and my Sony E55-210 with the 18 to 105 f4. Could you do some test shots with both the 105 at 105 and 210 at 210 and crop the 105 images? Do you have either of the? You have the 18 to 105, right?
I have, Jim. I have both of those lenses, but man, he wants. I'd have to copy and paste his questions. I wouldn't be able to do it right now. Let's see. What he's saying is, could you do some test shots with the 105 and the 2, basically at the furthest end, right?
Yeah, I
think crop the 105. I mean, I can't answer that right now. I mean, Jason's gone, guys. He's gone. I don't know where he
So I
went.
have to move my light. My diffuser fell.
So Jim, that's a question we'll have to answer later. There's nothing can't really do that right now.
Jim, hit us up later. Or actually hit Danny,
Yeah.
because I don't have that lens.
Or maybe the next live stream we can answer that. Maybe I'll try it if I have time.
Next live, Monday, same I'm gonna say same time for now. It's gonna be on Danny's channel, That One Camera Guy. Subscribe.
Okay. No pressure. More pressure on me. Thanks. All right. So let's go to the next guy.
Free Loop, first time, watch live, excited. Thank you, Free Loop, for joining in.
Yep.
77 TikTok. I vlogged portrait style once, scaled up the footage, and did some motion pans as I was riding one of my motorcycle. That's actually a very smart thing to do. Very smart. Utilize the extra room in some way to make your footage more dynamic. I'll get into more of that maybe in the next live or something. Okay, Steve, where do you find most of your music for your videos? I am trying to sign up for Epidemic Sound, but before that, I was using audio blocks. Danny, you want to chime in on that?
I use premium. I'm not sponsored by premiumbeat.com. That's where I would go and buy my music. It's pricey, but that's where I get my music.
Cool. Okay, FJH Photography. Something like 55% increase in people at Sony booth at CP Plus this year. Wow. I did not know that. Alan Andrews, I have a
oh man, Alan.
14. Oh, I have about 14 Nikon lenses and no Sony lenses. I wanted to make the switch, but the adapter issues. I'm sorry.
I think it's just the macro lens, though, right? It's just the macro Nikon lens that has issues.
Really? Wow. I don't know.
That was the one that killed. That's the one that killed Jason Lanier's camera and also Eric Rossi. I could be wrong, but I'll double check that.
Okay. Let's see here. You need a rule. Okay, you need a rule that anyone who asks a question about what needs to buy, that they have to say what they have now, what categories they shoot. Math Fan 1. That is an ideal situation, an ideal world we want to live in. Yes, please. If you have any questions, give us a little bit to work off of, and we'll try to tackle the question. We'll be able to tackle the questions better.
Yep, I agree. Thanks, Matt.
Nick Minderman, always 70 to 200 if wedding, but you will need 2.8. I agree. I definitely agree. Let's see here. Maestro Pierce. Do you use LED lighting for weddings, or what kind of lighting are you using? So my buddy Eric and I, well, just Eric, he picked up the Dito light recommended by Craig Adams. Really, really amazing light. Prior to that, we've just been working off of whatever light source that we have there, and pray to God that the A7S II can capture it. Because my A7R2, even at 1.4, if the venue is super dark, it's just gonna be crap. So yeah, the Dito light for sure. It's awesome. It's a great spotlight. So that's all I'll say for now. Cool. So Carl Timothy, that is 85, cheap 85, GM 85, rockin' on 85. Which one? The reason why I picked this question is because I actually want to make a video like that. Like, since there's just so many 50mm options and 85mm options, Danny, maybe we should collab on this, man. Like, which of these lenses is going to be good for people?
The cheap 85.
Well, we wanted. Yeah, I'm serious, man. Let's do a video on this together if we can. That'd be a fun.
Maybe closer to the summer, maybe.
Maybe closer to summer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you don't have the 85 status, right?
I have the bodice.
You do. Okay, perfect.
I pre-ordered the cheap 85. So.
All right, but do you have G Master?
You do, but I don't.
There we go. This is where the collab happens right now. Do you have a Sigma 85 1.4?
I don't have the art one, but I have the first gen one. The original.
Okay. All right. Cool. So that you have 3. Francisco 85 1.4 Sigma, please. Can you bring that out? We'll do like a three people collab right there.
I have a cheap Yongnuo 85 as well. I have way too many 85s, and I have access to the Canon 85 1.4 and the Nikon 1.8 as well. So.
Awesome.
Too much crap.
Okay.
All right. Anyway.
All right. So it looks like we are gonna call it done on the chat for now. Well, we'll take a few more questions. Why not give away free stuff for all of us? How about give me a free baddest lens? You know what? If I can get a sponsor and we can do some collab giveaways, for sure, man. I'll hook it up. I'll hook it up. Oh, my buddy Eric's here. I know both of you are esteemed hybrid shooters, but if you had to choose between video or photo, which
heck?
would you choose and why?
What is that question? What does that mean?
Danny, I'm curious too, man. You a video? You more of a video guy, more of a photo guy?
Hey, I got an idea. Watch. Here's what I would say. Once the quality of video at 4K improves, you can take stills out of those videos.
Oh,
I can still have my cake and eat it too
oh
with
wow.
video. So that's how I'm going to answer, Eric. I don't really know you well, but I guess I don't really know you, Eric, but for sure, man.
Me, I don't know, man. I've done video for so long, and I've always liked video. So I'm more of a video guy. I mean, like photography, I've just recently picked up the last couple of years, but photo is fun. But video, I'm more of a video guy. So that's a
Eric
yeah.
says, I don't
All right.
All right,
Okay.
Eric. My answer is the photos. Photos. That's where I would go.
This is why we make a good podcast, because you and I do things very drastically different. You know, I do the wedding video stuff, you do the sports photo stuff. You know, we're just like kind of trading stuff ideas back and forth. So again, guys, that one camera guy, sports photography, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Go to him to check him out.
Some random things out there. Yeah.
So upcoming projects or whatever, what can the viewers look forward to?
Okay, let's jump to that. Do I go first?
Yeah, or I can go first. So let me go first, and then you go, and then we'll give you the last plug, and then we'll call it a night.
Okay, sounds good.
Cool. So upcoming projects, I have 2 new videos coming out. There's 2 videos out already that I published. The first one is a tip on how to get sharper magnify focus with your Sony Alpha cameras. If you guys haven't checked it out yet, it's an awesome tip. Hope you guys like it. If you guys watched it but you haven't thumbs up yet, give it a thumbs up, please. Really appreciate that support. But the 2 upcoming projects that I'm doing is why do I not have anything on me at the time I need it? But I'm doing a remote. I'm doing a video on a recommended remote for your Sony Alpha cameras. I think, Danny, you have one too, the remote DSLR 2. So yeah, it's going to be something that I'm going to recommend to you guys. It's a remote that I use very often to shoot YouTube videos. So I think as a photographer, a vlogger, a videographer, you're going to benefit from this remote. So look forward to that. Also, since I do get a lot of questions about what lens I would recommend for the A6500, I'm trying to craft together a script and a list of tips and points and ideas on the lenses that I would recommend on the A6500. So initially I kind of wanted to get that video out this week, but I think I want to put more time and care into this video. So you might not see it until 2 weeks from now. So be patient with me. So those are the 2 projects you can look forward to. Danny.
Just first off about Jason, I don't know if you guys have seen Jason's recent videos, but the quality is like, it is top notch. When I was seeing his video, it just looks so crispy. It looks so crispy. I cannot even explain. It just looks so tack sharp. It looks really damn good. All right, that's what I gotta say.
Standing desk, man. It's the standing desk. I'm telling you.
No, it was your outdoor. It was the outdoor stuff. The outdoor stuff.
Yeah, go for it.
Looked really good.
55. It's a 55 1.8. If anyone's curious.
That was a 55 1.8.
55 1.8.
All right, some upcoming stuff that I'm gonna try to work on. For me, I've just been shooting. I shot some softball another tournament on Saturday. Shot with Canon and also Sony. I'm doing a lot of shoots with both Canon and Sony to get a kind of a feel for both systems. But anyway, point being, I've got a video. I've been shooting with the Sony E-mount for about 1 year now. And I want to put together a video about my experience and transitions towards Sony and kind of leave you on a cliff note on whether or not I'm going to completely jump to the Sony ecosystem. So, but I think most of you on the stream would know that already. But I am working on a video on that. And then also, I've been messing around. I've been using the Sony 55 to 210, 70 to 300, the 7200 f4, and the 7200 G Master. And I want to kind of put them together and kind of show you which ones and who should get which lens combination. So I have too many zoom lenses for Sony. I don't know why, but
I don't know why. You are
just
that one zoom lens guy.
I need to sell them. I want to sell them, but it's kind of one of those things where you don't know when you might need it to like talk about it or go over it or test it. So I don't know if you ever deal with that same situation, Jason, but those are the things I'm up to as far as projects.
Yes. Cool. Awesome. And guys, if you guys have anything, any recommendations, any feedbacks to any of our videos, we would greatly, greatly appreciate it. Constructive comments, please. Don't be like, what's up with your long cords in your video, man? That's not a comment we want to see.
It's okay, man. Let us have it. Just tell us, and we'll cry at night. I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, well, I cry every day. Every morning, I just wake up. There's a mean and insulting comment. You know, you're very ugly. I'm just like, that's so hurtful, man.
So should we jump back real quick to the chat, or what do you want to do?
Okay. Yeah. Well, let's give it a fee. I think that's pretty much it. Steve says, Sony have just dropped a new Play Memories app called Digital Filter. What is that? Is that I don't know, but I'll check it out. Is it free, Steve? Oh, what is this? 77 TikTok. The shadow behind Jason Vong is too harsh. It's making the shadows look too dark, scary this time of night. I'm so sorry. I mean, like, I'm still working on my lighting setup. My diffuser just fell down. It's horrible. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it, right? Anything else, Danny? Oh, thank you. My lovely girlfriend Vivian saving the day. Just hold it there for like 5 more minutes. I'm just kidding. You don't have to hold it up.
I think that's it, Jason.
That's it.
And I just want to say thank you to everybody that joined the chat today, that joined us live.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. Wow, you know, I think at some point I saw like 49 people watching. So yeah. I mean, like I'm very happy to see that number. I know for sure, Danny, we're gonna grow to have a lot more people watching.
Jason, you're crushing it, man. Just keep doing your thing.
We are. We are. Alan Andrews, show the lighting. Maybe when my room is a little bit more clean, because you don't want to see this mess right now. But there will be a YouTube video on my YouTube setup, so watch out for that. Hey guys, again, really thank you guys so much for watching. Me and Danny really appreciate it. You know, Danny, thank you for taking the time coming out tonight, doing this live. We know you're tired, but we're glad to have you here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Check out Danny again at that1cameraguy. We'll see you guys in his live stream next Monday, 7 p.m. Peace. Danny, you gotta do it too, man.
Oh, what do I do? I do this? Is that what I do?
On my live stream, we'll just peace out like that.
Okay, peace out, guys.
Peace out.
I'll see you later.
And then